stay away from the Tenderloins, and there's not much there. But living and working in the Tenderloin, I got to meet the people who have worked all of their lives, the small business owners that cook to my liking, and the Tenderloin, it just gave me a second chance at a first-class life to be able to walk and work alongside people who live their passion, who mean what they say when they talk about building community and supporting and elevating our community. We are a community that speaks over 17 languages, 4,000 children in our community, businesses, small businesses, and oh yeah, I'm sorry. So, and artists. So another thing that I also do is I'm an artist. I write poetry and create art with people in this community. So it's a community that I love. And would anyone else like to say anything?
Can I say just one thing? My name's Irene. I started living here around there. I grew up in San Francisco. Economically. Okay. So, I was in a shelter, so I kind of noticed it's broken. Anyway, I came over. I have a room, beautiful old building, 10 feet. Okay, anyway, bottom line is, when you look at Tenderloin, minus the, right? The buildings are beautiful. There's a personality on each one. That's what I saw. And I saw, just the idea that, these hotels, these buildings were creating a unity with teams. I go, come on, guys, can't we do that too? Unite for a purpose, but keep it clean. And then across the street, there's some sketchy stuff going on, and it's happening on my block. And I'm watching now, out there having a smoke, and I want to help. So that's why I'm partly observing. So my name's Irene. So anyway, I didn't want to take the. Yes. Thank you, Alice. Nice to meet you.
So I got a confession to make here. I walked up here earlier, and I was wondering who these people were. And they said they're going to Burning Man. I said, that's cool. I think I'll go. And then I Googled, I couldn't find no Marriott out there. So I'm not doing the tents. And which brings up a point. We describe our neighborhood, the city, the police department, the media, they describe our situations in the Tenderloin as a bunch of encampments. My people aren't camping. Those people are camping. My people aren't camping. They're living. Those tents you see, that's their homes. That's camping. When you go in with the marshmallows and the Budweiser, and well, we do have Budweiser, but when you go with the marshmallows and the Winnebago and wherever they're going, don't even use the word. Those people are not camping. That's what we have offered them to live, and we haven't come up with alternatives. It's so easy to say, my folks took a left turn on life. It's a lot easier to say that life took a left turn on them, because someone has let them down. Their families, the courts, the city, the school teachers, someone has let them down in life where they have resorted to having to do that exotic way of living on our streets. We should never have that happen, but we can start working better on it just by showing up for folks today. Do you know I've been doing these tours 17 years? And you would think, well, those people are what? A whole bunch of folks from Lloyd Valley walking through their neighborhoods. Yes, they do. Because when we walk through and we walk to they know now somebody cares. Somebody cares about us. And when you walk through the neighborhoods this morning, remember, you're walking through someone's bedroom. So no different than if you walk through who are these people? The people are us. So we're going to get ready, leave here in about 7 minutes, and we're going to just take a leisurely walk through the neighborhood. We got 3 or 4 tour guides with us, so you're more than free to answer questions, and then we'll end up at one of my shops and we'll have a bite. Okay? Anybody else want to say something? Cheryl, come with you?
Come on now, come on, Cheryl, come on.
Yay! I'm on the mic because I know how long.
Hello. My name is Cheryl Shanks, and I am a native San Franciscan. I lost my way and started doing drugs. I am an addict in recovery. And the only place that would accept me back after rehab and show me love was the Tenderloin. So I came to the Tenderloin really broken, and I found myself at Hospitality House, Code Tenderloin, all the time, because they embraced me. They embraced me, and they let me know it's okay. We're going to reach out to help you. So I found my way here again. I actually got clean, and I've been clean. And the community has been so good to me that I actually start loving myself again and seeing my self-worth. And I wanted to give back to the community, so I started giving back, and I started doing organizing. And I started doing some political stuff that worked with legislation. And some things have changed and gotten better. But one of the most fantastic things that has happened to me while being here in the Tenderloin, mind you, I'm a native, and the other neighborhoods would not embrace me back. I grew up in the Richmond District, Golden Gate Park, Ocean Beach, so yeah. So I wanted to say that. The Tenderloin's a loving place. I wanted to say one more thing. I actually have pulled myself up so much that I'm the founder of a soul food restaurant that will be opening up soon. We do come back. I slept right out there. We do come back, and we come back in a big way if we get the resources we need and love. Thank you.
I just want to give Cheryl some props there. Like, Cheryl is a tireless leader in the Tenderloin, really outspoken and beloved, and makes good trouble. Thank you, Cheryl.
I like to use the words of that wonderful athlete we got, Richardson. I can never pronounce her first name. Sherry Richardson, who just won the gold. The only gold I think we got the other day. And her statement was, when she ended the race, because she had a little downtown, she says, I'm not only back, but I'm better. So in the Tenderloin, we're not only back, but we are better. All of our people, we're back, but we're better. So we're going to get ready to get out here in a minute. I want you all to kind of stay together. I've been doing these tours 17 years. Every once in a while I'll lose somebody, but I guarantee you within 3 days I will find you. You won't be the same, but you'll be able to do a tour of your own, okay? Yeah, quick song.
I lost my co-song leader. Oh, Lauren, join me. I need some support. Cheryl, wherever you are. Anyway, this was a song written for the Skywatchers Ensemble, which is a Tenderloin-based ensemble. It's called Hold Everybody Up, because that's what we do, and that's what Dell's been speaking to. Follow me and sing along, because I don't like to do it by myself. It's really simple. We're gonna hold everybody. We're gonna hold everybody up. We're gonna hold everybody. Help me out. We're gonna hold everybody up. Hold everybody up, up, 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 up. Just because you look like you and I look like me doesn't mean we can't be friends. You're not my enemy. What do? We're gonna hold everybody. We're gonna hold everybody up. We're gonna hold everybody. We're gonna hold everybody up. Hold everybody up, up, 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 up. Woo!
Now for a Taco Bell.
Okay, well, tour guide.
Yes. Where's my tour guide?
No.
Hey, how are you? Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. Welcome to the caboose. We can start following Dale this way. So we just start following Dale this way. We can start following Dale this way.
I don't want that. I want
I gotta cover this if you want to walk, but
JJ Smith. I follow you on Twitter.
thank you.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna get exactly what you said you wanted.
You too, Regina? Regina? Okay, Regina. Good girl. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Fun. I'll be around. You're gonna go eat lunch bowl.
Yes. Well, I didn't know what to go back to.
Well, you hear from where the center?
oh,
I don't go anywhere.
Are you gonna make it through this too? Oh, don't even. That's not. You can't. I did it. I am.
So this is hold up. So this is an interesting part of the Tenderloin goes all the way to Polk Street. We tried to get to go to Van Ness, but Mayor Brady said, No, so we're standing on top of a parking garage, but we're also standing on top of our convention center. Before Moscone Convention Center was built, this was a convention center. It's downstairs. All these doors here are the emergency exits. It's called Brooks Hall. It's 50,000 square feet. And I don't know why we're not using that to facilitate some of our services for our unhoused folks, because it's a 50,000 square foot hall that just got old furniture sitting in it right now. Behind me is a steam plant. So this steam plant was built in the late 1800s to provide power for all the city buildings. That's why the Civic Center. So it transferred steam into DC power, which is the power people. AC power came later. DC power, which is what Mr. Edison actually did, and Musk did AC, and Edison did DC, and they fought each other all the time. It might be backwards, but you're close. So anyway, that's our state building here. The governor has an office, I think, on the 14th floor. It's a couple state senators and the governor's office. So whenever you come out here and see a bunch of highway patrol cars, that means the governor's in the building. And he's here a lot. He's here more than Sacramento. So, okay, we'll start on.
Here's one, right? Hey, how are you? Nice to see you.
That was just straight move. I mean, it's almost the other.
Still got at least one. Yeah, but I'm also like, y'all take it real hard. And none of them were.
Morning, guys. Morning. Welcome to the family.
Yeah, you fighting over unhoused people. And you're not, at the end of that day, all the battery, nothing left. They'll see this and that's the truth.
One day, that's him. So they did somebody. 17 years.
Well, he says he's been doing it for 17 years.
That's what I said.
Sneak up on me.
I know.
It's a good time. 17 years you've been there. They're all about it.
Make sure it's clear.
My first one. I've never been on a tour. In the Tenderloin, but not in a tour. Let's see.
Oh, hey, Joe, how you doing, man? Fresno. My buddy from Fresno.
That's right.
Yeah, you said you were coming up.
Yes. I invited my
Yeah, go ahead.
I invited my students.
Oh, that's too bad. We'll do another.
Yeah, we will.
So now we're standing in front of the United States Federal Building. So what's in this building?
IRS.
Can you hear me? Okay, what's in this building are our federal courts.
Yeah.
But it's, okay, our federal courts, and it's also home to the Drug Enforcement Agency, which is ironic.
Yeah.
Because on any given day, this building is surrounded by U.S. Marshals, but they drive right through the Tenderloin like nothing's up. So it's just interesting building. Over here is the Hastings. Now you can't say Hastings anymore. It's the UC California Law School campus. So they're building a new campus. 600 new students moved into the campus 2 days ago. So now we got about 2,000 students living in the Tenderloin on campus, which is amazing. 2,000 people. So when you think the Tenderloin is only one geography or groups of people, there's a bunch of groups of people here that you all don't even know about. You never would think there's 2,000 people from all around the world living in the Tenderloin full-time 7 days a week.
Also, they found housing for 2,000 more people. Just saying, that's 2,000 more units of apparently available for students.
Yes.
Is the IRS also here? IRS?
No,
in that
Social
building?
Security is on Mission Street. IRS is here.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
IRS. Okay. I was right about that. I am the oldest person
Maybe
here.
I can use your mic. Is your mic? Okay, just stay with me.
I'll try to keep up with
Lights
you.
up.
Oh, okay. I think it'll be louder.
Yeah, so the answer is
Okay, great. Great jacket. So, the blue jacket is very handsome. Love it.
Good exercise. That's the way I look at it. That's why I'm still 80 years old, but no kid, whatever it's called. Sorry. But, you know, I've done good. Exercises and all that. And all that.
Oh, this is long. Okay, maybe you can hear me a little better now? Okay, all right. So again, we're in front of our federal building. What we got going on here on this corner is we got our neighborhood bar. This is probably, I don't know if they'll let me call it a dive bar, but it really is a dive bar. But it's a cool place. They got a bunch of beer on tap, and it's a very friendly place. Wonderful sandwiches, wonderful salads. So when you're ever down here, stop in to see them. They're really good people. That was, what was it? But you had Hallahan's for many years? Harrington for many years. The most coolest bar here is Emperor Norton, and that's on the other corner. That's a bar named after a mythical but real character, the Emperor Norton. Emperor Norton was a man from San Francisco that designated San Francisco as his own country. And he would wear the emperor's hat and the emperor's clothes, and he would walk around the Tenderloin. He got so into being the leader of his country, he printed money for the Emperor Norton country, and he used it. And everyone in Tenderloin accepted it. He go to any bar and put his $5 bills, and they would take it. That's how cool he was. So once a year we have I forget what day it is. We honor. You know what day it is? Yeah. Yeah. So we honor Emperor Norton on the day, and there's a guy that does Emperor Norton tours also. If you ever want to go on the Emperor Norton tour, and I think he's down by Union Square. Okay, we'll start going. Yeah, that's great.
You know what is
It is.
Sorry.
And we kind of like were the first kind of like tour ambassador that dealt with like, you know, to be able to help maybe carry on the next. So there's a handful of us, but we all are from the neighborhood. We've all been through stuff here and
Blackstone and Belmont.
I walk around.
Sure. Do you actually well, I mean, the thing about it is that it makes everybody I also don't want to take anything to it. I want people to be able to tell me. So that's about it.
Spacing out.
Well, you guys can come on down.
Like less than a year.
Yes, I guess it's over here.
married a woman who did not.
Okay, I think we're all here. So I just want to show you two examples of housing in the Tenderloin. Across the street behind me is two buildings. You can only see one, the other is behind it. And that's a federal housing. So that's for definitely all affordable low-income housing that people have Section 8 and other subsidies for. This beautiful building right here is TL 361. That's workforce development housing. And there's two of these. There's one right here, and then it kind of interconnects with another one on Leavenworth. They're brand new. They're not even full yet, and that's for people that have newly started employment and need a subsidized type living. And the mayor must feel guilty about something because she named the rec center after me in here. So I can't figure out what she wants from that deal, but I don't make no deals like that. Well, maybe I would, who knows? And right next to us, this was the old YMCA, and now it's low-income housing. Small units as YMCA would be. So there are two of these. There's one right behind it, another YMCA that's for family housing, family and seniors. You'll see people lining up. That's one of our health centers for seniors. And they also have lunch today, so that they're lining up for lunch right now. But there's a massive health clinic in there for seniors. Okay, let's start going.
Hey, Joe?
Yes.
Yes. Is there much vacant housing in the Tenderloin? Can you speak to that at all?
Yeah, there is vacant houses in the Tenderloin. So a lot of them are not ready to be occupied, unfortunately. And there's some like this, they're waiting on the proper applicants. We go through something we call coordinated entry. And it is so complicated, it asks about 6 months time to get into an apartment. Because you got to go through this hoop, this hoop, this hoop, this hoop. Some people get tired of going through hoops and just give up. And that's the unfortunate part of this thing called coordinated entry. Now, coordinated entry, you know, I chair the homeless board at City Hall. Coordinated entry is a requirement that we have from HUD to get funding from the federal government, but it doesn't have to be like we do it. we being San Francisco, you know, we're gonna bureaucrat anything we can, bureaucracy. So I'm trying to convince the city, I'm on panels 3 or 4 times a week to make that an easier gateway to get in. If you're homeless, you're homeless. You don't need to know nothing else about me, bro. I'm homeless. Why you need to know all this other stuff? I'm homeless. How can I be more unqualified than that? Come on, dude.
Just one housekeeping note that we share this community with a lot of people, so it's a densely populated neighborhood, and we want to just be aware of the people. There's a lot of people that are ambulatory, there's some people in wheelchairs. Some of us think that people should be able to go.
I mean, it's so weird. It's all concrete. It's all and we use half of it. It's not half of it. But they built a convenience center and a parking garage. People park 300 cars, but yeah, right now. I think my daughter might buy this. And then they got tunnels that take you all the way to the 2 weeks ago. You can get to be in trouble. First of all, they're fighting over now to give the mayor more power to take the power away. She's got more power than most mayors.
January 8th down is Emperor Norton. The day he died, he collapsed on California and Grand Street.
Right, I knew he was on Grand Street. I think we can't head off.
You sound like Eva.
Yeah, we did. We did.
I saw it yesterday.
All right. Like this stuff?
Oh, buddy!
What's happening? All right, Ellie, are you going to tell us about this?
So across the street from us here is the HOAX Center. Everyone ready? It's the HOAX Center. And I know most of y'all have heard of that. There are HOAX centers all around the United States. And every HOAX center is different. This has what do you call it, like a gym that you can become a member of. I think it has a swimming pool in it. It's got 2 basketball courts. But the most important thing, it has housing for adult men. And we have one component that are adult veterans, male veterans. They also have a program where any senior can come by and have lunch. I think it costs about $2 or $3, but it's really a wonderful meal. And this is Mr. and Mrs. Kwok, who founded McDonald's, or refounded it, because actually the founder of McDonald's were McDonald's. And so Mr. Kwok went to work for them, and then he bought them out. So, you know, they got 100 million restaurants or whatever. So this is his contribution back to low-income communities. And it's really a wonderful place. We do events there, and they treat people very well in there. We're standing in front of one of our 2 gigantic residential buildings. These are for families, and they are 2 and 3 bedrooms. And there's a central park in the middle of this big complex. So you may say, well, where are the kids? They're in there playing. They got swings and slides and all kind of stuff in there for the kids. So we're typically a 2-bedroom apartment. Anywhere in San Francisco will be 32 to 35. There's no top limit, but we'll start at 32. Here you'll probably pay about $400 for a 3-bedroom apartment because it's fully subsidized. And we need more of these. We got this one, and we got the one right tacked onto it, and we got several others, but we also need more. But what the city has to realize is that we got to build them out west. The west side has to take responsibility for some of our affordable housing. There's no line in between affordable and not. Just say that, okay, Valencia, no more. And that's kind of how these community groups out there are doing. We just got approval through the planning department last week for a new house. Anyone know where it is? It's on Irving, yes, on Irving. So that'll be the first one. I'm sure they're going to come up with some kind of lawsuit on it. We good, yeah, they always try, but if we can initially get our foot in the sunset out there. You know, any other major city in the world with the ocean front has high rises all along. We don't have one. And I know you said, well, what about those poor people in those 2-bedroom homes that have been there for years? But where we could take 4 of those homes, the total of 8 people, we can put a unit there for 135 people. And that's the only way we're going to get out of this housing. We have to build 82,000 units within the next 4 years. You know, this is a true story. When Obama first got in, he was in the Rose Garden giving a speech, and a fire truck passed by on Constitution Avenue with the siren on. He turned around and said, "Don't they know who I am?" So, don't y'all know who I am?
What they did in San Francisco, in western San City, is that they zoned, I think, one of them to have apartments. I think maybe the thing about the housing can when you build there, you can disregard zoning regulations. It's basically a company that, I don't know how it got selected, but maybe San Francisco is doing this the one that requires you to exceed the height restriction. But I think this is the where they have some. Are you okay? I want to say basically the only residential building in the entire
they proposed to build this like 50-story tall, like insane residential tower. And I think it's still like bumped out in lawsuits or whatever, so I'm not sure it's really legal. But I think basically the entire proposal is like an attempt at controlling the city. Like basically force them to like let developers do something because they were like, well, if you don't let us, like you don't agree with this on some sort of proposal, then we're just gonna do this that the state forces you to agree to anyway. Imagine this thing in the middle of the sunset district. It looks so fun. It's like a middle finger to the city, basically. I think it would be hilarious.
Okay, everyone here? Okay, so if you turn around and look at the restaurant on the corner, okay. If you turn around and look at the restaurant on the corner, the hot spot, that's where half of our meals today came from. Wonderful place there, a lady and a guy from the Middle East. That was one of our roughest corners in the Tenderloin. And she wears the typical Middle East clothing. And she would come out, we had hundreds of people hanging on that block, on that corner. And she would come out every day and ask them, I'm trying to open a restaurant, can you move down a little bit? And she just did it day by day. Took her 1 year. But she completely cleaned that corner up herself. She's been there now, I think, 10 years. Wonderful, wonderful woman, and she did it all by herself. Nobody had to get arrested. And, yeah, nobody went to jail. No, it's the way you talk to people. This here, since you all know that, or you should know, that the Tenderloin is actually the theater district. At one time we had over 40 theaters in the Tenderloin. Now we have about 17, and this is one of them. And this is a particular interesting club. I don't know if any of y'all ever been in here, but yeah, this is an entertainment club. Now I got the press here today, so I can't really tell you too much. But this is a club, to just describe it, this is a club where two couples go in together that don't know each other, and when they come out, they know each other very, very well. I'm not saying no more than that. Okay?
Is that part of the tour?
Yeah. Oh no. My name's on the wall.
It's a party night.
Self-embarrassing and imposing moment.
I mean, I walked it. I live here in the Bay Area, so but I kind of walked it last week. And, you know, it's sad to see Seymour District and all that. So you shooting it for yourself today, or anyone?
I've worked with some editors at the K and the Standard.
I hate it. Hey, blood, I'm gonna beat your
Right now, I had a colleague of mine supposed to cover this, and I was supposed to cover the Doom movie.
Yeah.
But since they never showed, seeing what happens.
Yeah, I came to cover the Doom. I'm glad there's an alternative that's sad.
I was almost expecting a clash. But there are some folks here in this group right now that are participants in the Doom movie. So it's interesting seeing them interact too.
So you live in the city?
I live in Oakland.
Okay. Not a lot of positive news about
Welcome in. Hey, hit the light, man. That's no problem. And anyone has to use the restroom, just go out to the front desk and they'll direct you. Is that it? I think we got them all. Okay. So now we're at the home of Glide Memorial Church and Glide Foundation, which are two different organizations, but they're the same. Yeah. So the folklore goes to how did this church be built here in the Tenderloin? Well, years ago, 100 years ago, whenever they did this, Tenderloin was a pretty raunchy place, or that's one description. Other people say it was a pretty fun place, because all the vice was in North Beach, still is, but there was a lot of vice in North Beach. So the mayor, Sonny Rolfe, during the 1915, 1917, he started buying property in North Beach, so he ran all the vice to the Tenderloin, so he could clean up his neighborhood, which is now Telegraph Hill. So that's how the Tenderloin got to have the vices that it has. So the folklore goes to, there was a woman named Tessie, that where the Hilton is right now, and let me tell you very clearly for the press, if you go on the Hilton's website, it says Union Square Hilton. They are lying. This is the Tenderloin Hilton. This is the Tenderloin. But they never put that on their website. So anyway, before the Hilton was there, it was a bordello, the biggest bordello in San Francisco by a woman named Tessie. So I think her first name was Mary Glide, or what was her grandmother's name? Lizzie Glide. So Lizzie Glide was a very prominent, wealthy woman in San Francisco, very well-known wealthy woman. So was Miss Tizzy. And they kind of competed with their morals. So she was trying to get that woman to close this bordello down, and she wouldn't. So she built a church here, which forced her to leave, because you can't have a bordello within 100 feet of a church. So that's the myth as it goes. Believe it or not, that's the myth as it goes. And I haven't yet to get, the granddaughter and I are real good friends of Miss Clyde. In fact, I just talked to her a couple of days ago. She never will admit to actually how they went down. So right now, this place here, we do 1,500 meals a day, and we got a lot of other programs. And I got Ken here from Glide. He's going to tell us a little bit about what y'all do. You got 3 minutes. Quick.
Hi everybody, how you doing? My name is Kenneth Ward. I'm the social media and digital content specialist here at Glide. I've been here since March. Glide, we specialize in really just helping out the homeless people here in the Tenderloin community. We help to make people's lives easier. We strive to really just get in the community and help people out. We not only pass out meals to people, we help people find housing, we help people find educational resources. You know, we specialize in creating a space where everyone feels welcome, everyone feels appreciated, and everyone feels loved. And since I've been working here at Glide, I felt really good because I feel like I'm serving and impacting the community, and it's a diverse range of people. I can go on all day and tell you about Glide, but what I can say is this is a very special place. You'll find so many things here and so many resources here, budgeting to help you learn how to budget your money, classes for men who've just been recently released from prison to just be better men out into the society. And you know, it's creating a shift that a lot of people, a lot of great people have stepped in these walls. And like this man here, Dale Seymour, you know, we all have a heart here at Glide, and I'm glad to be here. And I'm hoping you guys are enjoying your tour to Tenderloin. You got the best person here to give it to you.
Thank you. I would just want to invite you all to the Sunday celebrations. They have every Sunday, 52 weeks at 9 and 11, and it's completely non-denominational. No particular deity is spoken of here. We all know that there is a God. We all call him different names, but we only have one God. So it's a wonderful celebration. You'll think it's a party upstairs, because the first time I came up there, I thought it was a party, because I was homeless and I was eating meals downstairs, and I see all these beautiful cultural people coming upstairs. I said, damn, let me walk upstairs. I walked upstairs. I said, man, they hiding this. They got a damn disco in here. Because at the time, Cecil Williams, you see him back there, he looked like Sly Stone. I thought it was Sly Stone up on the stage. He did. He looked just like Sly Stone. I said, damn, they got Sly Stone up in here. And what a wonderful place. And we still celebrate that way. We're hugging and kissing and singing and praising. And you know what? I give the sermons here once every 3 months. But I gave a sermon last night across the street at another ministry, Youth with a Mission. And I made it so clear to them that when you come to Glide, and the Glide is so famous, we got people from Pacific Heights, Carmel, Marin County, Mill Valley, all come here because it's such a unique place of worship. But we also have our neighbors from the tents. And you know who's jumping up and yelling and screaming loudest? The people from our tents. And I find that so unique. How can you love God and thank God and you living in the tent? You walking out of here after service they're walking back, they're driving the Lexus back to Mill Valley, but you walking back to a tent. And you are celebrating as much, as loud as anyone. Now that's faith. That's faith. And I really admire that. While we're here, I just want to, I already pointed my daughter out. Thank you so much for coming. You never come down here to see me. Thank you for that. I want to thank Allison. She is actually the author of a book called Mayor of the Tenderloin that she's writing about yours truly. And it's at the publishers right now. So it'll be out, when, next year sometime?
Next fall.
Next fall, thanks. So be sure to remember that title. What's the title?
Mayor of the Tenderloin.
Thank you, Mayor. And I want to do a shout out to a very good friend of mine, and I want you all to be sensitive. He hasn't been the same since the Warriors lost. And I tried to treat him. Bruce, come up here just for a minute, man. I'm so sorry that the Lakers had to beat you. Of anyone to lose to the Lakers, and whenever the Lakers are in town, he has season tickets. He calls me and says, come on, bro, let's go. Every year. Wonderful friend. Okay, any questions?
Paid back. I just paid back. I'm just waiting for this year.
I know, man. Let's go. We looking good though, LA. We looking good, man.
Not that good.
Okay, we're ready. Ken, thank you. Are you coming to London? Yes.
Hi, happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday.
You guys be careful for the water.
Okay.那也没问题吧？知道了也没事。
Yes, just yeah, it is exactly that.
I just was on a vacation, so I've been. It was there a week ago. What's your name? Majid. Hi. Oh, okay.
Wow, okay.
Oh, I get it. It's just to try and know that.
So recent.
Delete that shit.
I'm one of the investigators in the civil so I'm not considered an advocate. neutral background. So yeah, that's why I was talking to Cheryl. She originally thought I could help her get the voucher, but I don't really have anything to do with that. But I know that there's a lot of rejections. That's why you reject a voucher, and I found out that there's a reason. So I gave soda.
Pay for your operation.
So excited. Right? She was really concerned.
It is quite a bit.
好饿！我刚刚应该在那个地方打一份饭吃。笑死了！那些 senior 去排队 ，82,000 没有。走到里面去是我以为是要吃饭，开斋了。大家都这么小。笑死！我问他你要开始移动了不？他说开始了。
Please don't block the screen.
Yeah. As long as it doesn't get too hot, because maybe
Come on down this way a little more.
Yellow. Okay, sorry. Yeah. What is that tall building?
That's San Francisco Union Square Hill.
Okay.
That's San Francisco Hill. San Francisco Hill. Yeah, no, we are. Standing in front of Center for New Music, which is also home to one of my nonprofits, Code Tenderloin. And this is, in fact, my boss is here. Hey, boss, Code Tenderloin boss. Wave your hand. That's Donna here, and she's the boss of the Tenderloin. I'm the mayor of the Tenderloin, she's the boss of the Tenderloin. So she runs things down here. So this is where we do workforce development. This is one of our offices. We do workforce development here. We have, what, 78 people on payroll right now?
82.
We have 82 people from the Tenderloin, 100% from the Tenderloin, who mostly were formerly incarcerated, formerly homeless, or formerly addicted. And most of my staff, almost all of my staff, all come from the streets. You come and join my program, you go to our courses, and when we have an opening, boom, we got you. So behind me is the Lion Motel. That's a new hotel and condo project. And it's a very, very nice place with dining on the roof. And the building I talked to you about before, that's the San Francisco/Tenderloin Hilton. So about 4 years ago, when I didn't have my right mind, I actually fell for a stunt to rappel down the side of that building. It's a benefit for kids. I will never do anything as silly as that in my life again.
Of course not.
Yeah, they called me a year later and says, well, it's time. It's time for what? You crazy?
How old were you when you did that? How old were you when you did that?
4 years ago.
4 years ago.
Yeah, 4 years ago. Yeah.
I have done so much different things.
Yeah, so we got a great neighborhood here. We're right back to 80 years ago. And that's the Warfield Theater. And if you're in music, you have to stay there to have that over there. And about this short, the Tina show. As a side note, I happen to know Ike and Tina Turner. I was an electrician when I lived in LA. And one thing I want to say about that book, about Ike jumping on her, it didn't go that way. It was the other way around. Tina was from the street. She ain't taking no ass whooping.
The best entertainer.
They got a hold to it. Hold on. Yeah, I know. I just want you. They're gonna open that door eventually. I'm sure. I'm certain of it. Okay. We don't want to get.
Come on over, come on over. Come on over, come on over. Come on in, come on over. Hey, what's up, man? Okay, Alvin.
你记得我们家那个。
呀，就红的黄的。这黄的。
那边有一个thrift store 叫 Stuff。
Oh, everyone in, come on in, Cheryl. So one thing I just want to mention about the Tenderloin, such a wonderful place. We have over 300 nonprofits that are serving the challenged and unhoused people in the Tenderloin. I think there's several nonprofit runners here today. Can you stand up? We got Elgin Rose, who runs Fathers to Founders, a wonderful organization for single parent, mainly single parent men, right, Elgin? Yeah. And we got Majid. Where's Majid? Majid, and he runs a wonderful organization, NCLF. Yeah. NCLF. Yeah. So we got several. This is just several of our nonprofit directors. Oh, and already stood. Come on up. Okay, and she's providing us a microphone today because I had an inadequate microphone. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, so we just passed by the Tina show. The other thing about the Tina show, I really wanted to go, but they encourage people to dress up like Tina. I ain't wearing no miniskirt. I'm not doing it. I'm just not doing it. Oh, I can dance. So where we're at right now is where we're at right now is the International Art Museum. It's been here about 10 years, 10 or 12 years. No one knows it's here. And the cool part about this museum is free. It's open every day but Monday. And you can go upstairs and spend hours at the art exhibit that's upstairs. It's mainly by 3 or 4 Asian artists that are amazing pieces. Some of the sculptures took 10 years to sculpt. Is that the right word? Sculpt? We're going to look at one on the way out. But it's some amazing art. And although this is a Tenderloin, and people talk so much smack about the Tenderloin being depressed and not sophisticated, the value of the art upstairs is between $300 and $500 million. We see they got single pieces up there that are $10 million a piece. So the artist actually, what did he die? A couple years ago, Sharon?
Yeah, a couple years.
Yeah, he died a couple years ago, and he actually, 3 years ago, a guy offered him $20 million for one painting. He said, "No, I don't sell my stuff." So it's a very unique place. You want to say a few words about the museum, Sharon?
Oh, sure.
About the Buddha?
This is a wonderful opportunity to get to explore a gem of this neighborhood. The artist is Doge, and he's the third incarnation of the Buddha. And he has like 8 different distinct styles of art, and it's amazing. You can spend like a lot of time up there. And this whole this event space right here is also open to events. They have like candlelight events.
Yeah, the whole floor.
Yeah, like there's like thousands of candles here, but you can go upstairs. I just encourage you just to walk around. There's all kinds of sculptures and from the Ming Dynasty, artists from like Asian and European. So it's a place you can just come and spend a lot of time in.
So we're almost done. We got about 15 more minutes, so hang with us, and we're gonna go to my other office and we're gonna have a snack. Now I only made 60 meals, so if someone's already eating, already gonna eat later, just let someone else have your meal. But if there's I don't know, I can't do the count, but we got 60 meals and waters and all of that. That'll be at our last stop. So just bear with us for about 20 more minutes, because the best is still to come. Okay. Nothing that happening like that. No, they know something like that.
When I was in Austin, and the river is called the Colorado, right? Colorado River. I realized it's a different Colorado River. It's on the wrong side. It seems to be in the wrong place. Turns out there are multiple Colorado. Well, you know that the one in San Jose is also called It's not the same. I guess also because I grew up in Midwest, where a very prominent feature of the city is the giant river.
I wouldn't count the river wall.
I mean, it's kind of cute. Like, it's a small river, but well, the river's there already. I mean, obviously, in all modern cities, with like river banks have been like, filled up. Because otherwise, the city would be
Okay, that's
and
special.
meatballs. It was really close. I mean, the only one they brought there is pretty close. That's at least two impressive bridges. I guess so.
Bro, you ain't got to go nowhere. You stay your ass at home. You ain't got to go nowhere. You got to roll what's out there. You know what I mean? come on, you can be a coach. Let me get you in the skill. Let me get you in the right? And the circle around here is the already a billion, a young billionaire.
That's it.
So watch out, come a little closer. I don't want to talk too loud. Some of us know. So this is a wonderful Trinity place. This actually statistically this is Trinity Place. Statistically, this is the most dense apartment complex in the city of San Francisco. Trinity is also the largest landlord in the city of San Francisco. Can everyone still hear me? Okay, they're the largest landlord. So this is a total of 6 buildings, market rate housing for about 2,200 people at market rate. But it's on the low end of the market rate. So it's fairly easy to get into. We're standing on top of a 300-car parking garage that's open to the public. So this actually took place in an older complex from Trinity. And so the people that they had to disrupt were actually able to come back in as first come winners. And it's a great complex. We're standing in public space now. This is deeded public from 9 in the morning until 6 at night. Then they close the gates and it's private to only the people that live here. So standing behind me is old Venus de Milo, the goddess of love, marriage, and happiness. And this is it was the tallest statue in San Francisco. Now they just built another a statue or figure at the 4th Street Muni Station, 4th and Folsom. They have a stainless steel piece of art there also. Because all apartment complexes have to come with a piece of art. And they went way overboard here. It's a wonderful statue. Now the myth goes that if you walk up and hug that statue, you will be married in 48 hours. As a disclaimer, about 2 years ago, so the disclaimer is, just so you'll know, about 2 years ago, I went and hugged it, and when I got home, my girlfriend had packed up and left. So it don't work for everybody. Okay, all right.
That's a bold move.
Yeah, I was just trying to get a reaction.
Dale, what material is that made out of?
Stainless steel.
What is it?
Stainless steel.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay.
Go the right way.
Don't know we just left that.
Want to show some of the newer buildings that they just got. So it's right next to, the first building right here.
Just have Kamala take over already.
But it's one of
She's
the-
already ready to show. Thank you.
I knew I heard something about it before. Yeah, that's why I turned in my, some of my GA paperwork and stuff, down here. So. I'm on Ellis basically now. I'm on the same fucking side. So I'm over. Okay. No, not yet. Basically, one of the guys who does the what's stuff. I've been with him a little bit, so I think I'm gonna apply for a job there. So kind of a little after school thing. Because I still just want to do the creative part. Basically. Come on in, you guys. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in, keep coming, come on in, keep coming, come on in, come on in, come on in. Keep coming. No room down there.
Code Tenderloin office, and I'll let the boss lady tell you about what we do here. Let me go ahead.
I don't know if Dale told y'all, he actually was a plumber at one point, so, yeah, a man of many trades and many careers and all that good stuff. So, welcome. This is our Mission Street location. I will tell you, we were very grateful to get this space because no one wanted a business on this block because the HSA office is right next to us, and we said, this is exactly where we want to be. We are here to help the community over here. What we're doing today, and you'll see Kusar, and I don't know if I saw Steven and a couple other folks here, but what we're doing today is vaccinations. And so we actually have a team that walks around and they do boosters, Mpox, flu shots, whatever it is that the community needs. We average about 100 some vaccinations a day. And just so y'all know, there is an uptake, and so we have ramped up what we're doing. And then from here, this is also our career center, so people can come in and get job readiness skills, but more importantly, they can connect with someone that is going to inspire them and give them hope so they can get to the next phase of their life. So, you know, people always ask us, what do we do at Code Tenderloin? And I say, you know, places like Glide are the pillar for the community, but places like Code Tenderloin, we are the elevator for the community because we are all about lifting people up and getting into the next phases of their life. So that's really what we do here. We have a clothing closet. The other really big piece that we're building right now is a telehealth option. So there's a little room back here. We just put some cute furniture and we have a computer that was donated by a doctor. And what we're able to do is when people are experiencing a mental health breakdown or they've lost their medication, someone stole their medication, we can have them log on. We have volunteer doctors that will actually prescribe their prescription again and we take them to go get it. From this location, we also, for any people who are struggling, they don't have family that can support them when they do test positive, folks like Kusar will actually, hey Kusar. I didn't want to put you on the spot, but hey. Folks like Kusar will actually go to their home, deliver the meals 3 times a day, make sure they have their medication. And you know, when you're in those moments of your life, you need someone with a smile, someone that's going to welcome you, and that's what we do. And a lot of times, those folks are folks that then come and join our other programs. So, yeah, we're excited to be here in this space. I don't know if anyone has any questions. I know you guys did a lot in the tour, and I know Dale's still fixing the toilets. But if you have any questions or anything, I'm happy to answer any questions for y'all. You good? Okay. Yeah. Any questions? Yes, ma'am.
Well, I was like, whatever. What is the relationship with reading about police? They're very sweet people. They're who they are, but they do this job. And I understand there's very organizations and people doing they're the homeless men and that. I mean, not those people are terrible, but I'm sure he's doing their job.
Yeah. No, that's a really good question, and just in case no one heard her, she was asking us what's the relation with the police. And so the one thing you know about Code Tenderloin is we believe in collaboration, and that's with everyone and anyone, because it's going to take that for us to cure what's going on out here. And so with collaboration, we actually every morning go to a meeting that's called a DMAC meeting, and what that meeting consists of is Department of Emergency Management, the police, Department of Public Health, and nonprofits like ourselves, Urban Alchemy, and several others, right? And really what that is the place where we can all meet in the morning and say, what's going on? What's the hot thing that's happening today? And how can we all support each other? Now this is huge for our community because for years, we've never all came together and had this meeting. So this is a new thing that just started like not even a month ago. And what's come out of that is everyone's been working on silos. Everyone's been in their lane doing what they're trying to do, and we're all just like pushing one person here and another person pushing them back. So now, because we're all sitting at this table together, we're able to come up with real solutions. And so I'm hopeful. You know, we've seen this time after time in our community, but I'm very hopeful because everyone is sitting at the table and really listening to each other. I think everyone's just gotten to a point that we're like fed up and know that something's got to change. The one thing I will say, and I've said this, I know there's a couple people that listen to my sermon on Sunday, is that what we need at the table as well is the churches from the community, the synagogues, we need them as well in that space. So yeah, really great question. Any other question?
So yeah, this is the kind of community that we really don't bother them and they really don't bother us. I know there's been some initiatives made in the last month to kind of change that dialogue, but we're confident that the officers that we have in the Tenderloin, we still can foster that relationship. And the police department does care about us. This is, almost had it, I can't show you this up close, because everybody can see. This is my typical morning, if you can see this. First call is from the fire chief. Second call is from Police Chief Scott. Just call and say, Dale, how's it going down there with you guys? Is everything okay? Do y'all need anything? Did anything come up that you need to discuss, like a complaint against a police officer? So they do care about us. We just got a new transportation van that Elgin was able to snag us for us from St. Francis Hospital. And I got pictures in here. One of our first passengers was Chief Scott the other day. So, things aren't perfect in the Tenderloin. We're not, it's not that we're anti-police, but we feel that we need a different way to confront our challenges. And we need more medical clinicians than we need sheriff's deputies for highway patrol. Yes. We ain't got no car. Why you sending highway patrol down here? We don't have no cars. So, but we do it jokingly and we try to keep it up. But we get along decent with the police department.
Any other questions?
And the food we got is assorted. We got some vegetarian, roast beef, and what else we got?
Turkey and tuna over here. The tuna has a T on it. The turkey is to the right, it's water. And then there's falafel, roast beef, veggie, pastrami.
Wow.
Okay.
And there's chips inside of the
chips, I'm sorry about the bathroom.
Yeah, I just have a follow-up question. First, thank you so much for this tour and for making it accessible. This is really great. I just wanted to ask, with the collaboration you're having with the police and other departments, how do you guys, or how do people hold the police accountable for violence against, members of the community who are on the streets? How do you guys have a mechanism to do that, or is it just you guys, talking in the morning and then them asking you guys information?
The worst thing that could ever happen to the police department is these damn things here. So thank God that we record any incident. There's hundreds of people on every block, which means there's hundreds of cameras on every block. And man, we take pictures. And I'll go to Chief myself. Someone will give me the footage. I'll go to Chief Scott, let me show you this, bro. And we deal with it.
Yeah, and I have to say that we are not holding anything back. How we feel and not advocating for our people out there. So there's many times those meetings are very uncomfortable. But folks like Stephen, I know you're in the back. I want to just highlight the work that you do in those meetings, because Stephen actually will bring up a situation that happened. And so at first it was very uncomfortable in those rooms, but when you started advocating for the people and the different things with the police, they started listening because they had to hear the other side of it, right? And so I know they have their cameras and we have ours. Yeah. And so we're able to show proof, and many times we do that.
And so real quickly, I want the Code Tenderloin team to come up front so that everyone can see who you are, because you'll be thanking them. This is like almost a volunteer thing for them.
Even if you want to say a couple words.
How is everybody doing this morning? My name is Stephen. I'm one of the directors of Code Tenderloin, and we've been with the UCSF team doing these COVID vaccines for a while now. But that turns into a lot of other things that we do, which is getting out there and understanding the community by being in the community on an everyday basis. You can't really say that you love people or want to help people if you don't know who they are. If you're afraid to talk to them, if you're afraid to understand whatever the challenges are. And that's why Code Tenderloin pride ourselves on removing barriers. So you have to engage, you have to have a long conversation. When I mean long, I mean day after day after day, in order to understand what's really going on. So we do this every day, all day, but we love it. And then you can tell that by the people who continues to come around Tenderloin. Dale, he has the walking tours and everybody loves it. That's all they talk about. When is Dale, he's going to do another walking tour. When is Donnie going to do another sermon. When is LG going to get us another van? They want to know these things. You know what I'm saying? But it's beautiful and it's lovely what's going on. And you learn a lot. And the fact that we have different teams that we collaborate with, it's a lot of things that we do on our plate. And Code Tenderloin just continues to grow, continues to blossom. But if it wasn't for the people, we wouldn't be able to do anything. So we thank the people that allow us to do this work and that allow us to invade their space. So I hope y'all will continue to enjoy the day, enjoy the food. It's delicious.
So I just want to say we weren't always like this. I started this tour in Code Tenderloin 17 years ago, working out of the back of my car, doing resume work out of the back of my car. So an agency, Piano Fight, invited me to come inside with no rent for the first 2 years. So now we have 3 locations, including one in the lobby of LinkedIn. And we'll start classes there on Monday. And we've been there like, I think 3 years. So this kind of came out of nothing, but it's with the help of people like you all, the support of the wonderful city of San Francisco, support of people like Jack Dorsey, the former head of that nutty company now, X, whatever it is. He initially put a check in my hand for $1.6 million and said, Dale, take care of this community. And walked away, says, here. And he walked away, said, I don't need to know where, how, just take care of my people. And that really got us started going well. That we're able to now, I guess, hire 80-some people. And we have thousands of people that have graduated and now are working in tech. Going from a tent to $150,000 a year overnight. And I really mean overnight. I'm talking about overnight. Because some of the people coming out program from the tents, and they just had a bad time in life. And we go and we spearhead, we go to the tech companies, and we tell them about the challenges we have in Tenderloin. And I says, what does a bad record of whatever have to do with learning how to code a computer? You know, if we really look at some of your backgrounds, we're gonna see some stuff. So we got backgrounds, so what? So what? Look at us now though. I don't think we place anybody in a job in tech or anything else where we've had a comeback. And we're down to thousands, tens of thousands, and we haven't had one comeback. One guy I brag about all the time, 17 years in prison for multiple bank robberies. We got him a job at Bank of America. Now, that particular bank hasn't had an audit yet, so we don't know. Okay? I'll give you a follow-up in a few months, but we think he's okay. All right. So, again, thank you so much for coming out today. You can go on my website anytime you want to come and take your family out or so, but you're more than welcome anytime. And I hope you got a different idea of my favorite neighborhood. And I don't think anyone loves the Tenderloin as much as I do. I have a classic car with personalized license plate. I don't have my girl, I don't have my daughter, I don't have a dog. I don't have my dog on it. I got to work Tenderloin. That's my license plate. Show you where my real love is. It's hard to love this neighborhood, but it's so easy to love this neighborhood. And again, thank you. I'll let you go.
Okay.
But enjoy the
I have to recognize one thing. I'm a mental health advocate, and what Donna was just explaining is exactly what we need to mimic in our mental health system and our systems of recovery. I just learned the other day that 946 911 calls were made. Times that times 190,000 per call. That's 911, the ambulance, the police, the fire department, and then the hospital. Discharge, how many wristbands do you see of discharge out of the hospital within 24 hours? Because they don't have a place to connect with a therapeutic alliance. Donna just described that, and we have more than $528 million in the state of California. Where is our mental health funds going, and why are we sweeping it? We need to mimic programs like this and recognize the need of therapeutic alliances and consistency to bring back self-agency. Thank you, Dell, and thank you, Donna.
I think also in the work of Code Tenderloin and the other folks who work there have nurtured all kinds of other talent. I've been, directing Skywatchers for 13 years, and Dell was one of the first people that I met that nurtured it. There's like untold talent in this community, and and we get to uplift that as well. So in this room, there's probably a dozen or more artists, and yeah, enjoy your food. Thank you.